Hello, RGL TV. Welcome to the mini DOS-cathalon. I am Elrock617 along with Shema. We present to you a quite nifty selection of 10 DOS games. Full disclosure, I know nothing about these games, but I like talking about games, so that's why I'm here. Looks like we've got Davidtki, josh124, and Fed doing some games today. In order, we've got Antarctic Adventure, Pizza Worm, Dangerous Dave, Rogue, Tyrion, Wacky Wheels, Lemmings 2, Warcraft, Mice Men, and Hexen in that order, each with their own individual goals. Every time I look over and see like, oh, it's a dev that I actually know of but didn't know made PC games, like Antarctic Adventure made by Konami. Would have never guessed that. Yeah, this has got to be a precursor to like Yume Penguin, right? Because it's probably the same characters. I'm not being serious about that. I'm just being silly. So for the first game, Antarctic Adventure, which we'll go ahead and talk about. Once our players get started, the goal is just to beat stage 4.
Yep, that's correct. Sorry about that. I don't think anyone could hear me up until now because
It's a Shema.
Still trying to get audio here, but I might have to just switch to desktop audio, but which is not possible because I'm...
Shema's working hard, everybody.
Let me check if I can... switch the output real quick. If not, I'm just gonna play some music.
One thing I do know about old DOS games is that they can be kind of tricky like that. Like some games just don't have music, which I always found kind of perplexing. But I mean, programming, like look at Mega Man DOS for one example.
Yeah, there's like a pretty interesting reason behind it in that back in the day when there wasn't dedicated sound chips, like using sound actually cost a lot of performance, so a lot of developers would just leave them out and have better graphics instead.
So memory purposes, I understand.
Yeah.
We don't have...
And additionally in DOS you only had like very primitive sounds, like PC speaker sound, which is terrible for the ears.
Yeah, true. I grew up playing some DOS myself, and that was more like around the early 90s when a lot of stuff was more palatable, but still speakers like very hit and miss. I can agree with that.
Yeah, there were some creators that were really good with them, but like it's really hard to do. All right, I think we should just start the game.
Fair enough.
Our contestants have waited long enough, so we're just gonna start it right now. And the race is gonna start in 10 seconds from now, while I'm still trying to figure out these sound problems.
While Shima's working on that, let's go over some of the goals today. I mentioned before, our Antarctic Adventure is to beat stage 4. The second game, Pizza Worm, will be 130 points. Dangerous Dave, our third game, will also be just to beat stage 4, similar to Antarctic Adventure to start us off. Fourth game, Rogue, is make it to level 4. Not beat, just have to make it to level 4. For Tyrion, the fifth game will be the first stage on easy difficulty. Wacky Wheels, this one's pretty extensive because there's criteria involved. You have to be amateur class, 6 lap, fast 12 HP, regular races, bronze wheel race, and you have to finish third or better in total standings after the final race.
Yeah.
So I can only assume that means if you don't finish third or better, hit reset and do it again.
Exactly.
Like those are good.
It's basically Mario Kart, and this is just translated to Mario Kart. It's like Mushroom Cup, 100cc, basically. Be third or better after. But yeah, here we have Antarctic, what's the name? my
Adventure.
brain. Adventure, right?
Konami Penguin game.
Exactly. Fun little racing game. All you have to do is move your penguin from left to right. I think if you hold forward, you go faster, but I could be wrong about that. I held forward just to be sure when I played it. And you have to just jump over the gaps, and the only thing that can hurt you are these walrus that come out of the holes. And you have a timer on top, and if you time out, you have to restart, unfortunately.
I've always thought that these types of race games during multi-game marathons are some of the cruelest goals, because just a hard reset is so difficult. Like, it's one thing to have to take more time to accomplish a goal, like collect items, beat stage, like take your time where you can, but for stuff like this where it's like, okay, you do it or you have to reset, like, those are always gross. Like, I remember the first DOScember, NBA Jam was one of the games, and the goal was win a game, and I was like, oh boy.
Yeah.
like if you get to the buzzer and you lose by 2, like, that's a lot of time lost. That's a good 15 minutes or so.
Yeah, thankfully this goal is pretty short, which is, I think, like 5-minute-ish. So
wacky wheels is going to be the true test, I think.
Yeah.
For the rest of the goals, Lemmings 2, you had to beat the first 3 beach levels. 8th game, Warcraft, as in the OG Warcraft. Yes, there were games before World of Warcraft. You had to beat the Human Mission 1 on any game speed. Micemen, game 9 is to beat the easy CPU, and then stage 10, Hexen. Beat stage 1, which involves ringing the bell on the top of the tower and get to the fire in the main room.
Yep.
Oh, hey, a new visual. It's a castle. Oh, no,
it's Australia somehow. Even though we are in Antarctica.
It was contained within this one house. They're trying to keep it warm, I guess.
The whole of Australia, yes.
The big orange sky, that's not an omen or anything. These seals are trolls. Like,
yeah.
And the fish. Like, they seem just like they're the worst.
The fish are actually something you can pick up. They're not actually hurting you. I tried to avoid them too when I first played, but like then I accidentally ran into one, and it was just points, I think. But like the walrus is treacherous. It comes out of the worst holes. But the rule of thumb here is that you want to avoid even jumping over the smaller holes, and just avoid them by going left and right, and just jump over the big ones. And of course, that's not always possible, so you have to kinda.
Yeah, I imagine optimizing something like this is tricky.
Yeah.
Like, just lots of memorization. I don't know how much RNG is in the game, but the memorization of, like, jump this, sidestep this.
I'm pretty sure all of the courses are set. So if you learn this, you can probably get, like, this is a pretty good speed game, in my opinion. Like, if you beat it without getting stopped once, I don't think there's any faster time than that. Not sure if there's a way to, like, speed up anything else. But yeah, you can see on top there's this rest, which is the rest distance they have to manage to get before the time runs out. And David is running a little close here, 5 seconds to go, but he should be able to beat the stage. And that was stage 2.
It's Australia again, which is inside of Australia.
Yeah.
Imagine. This game is, honestly, I think for a game made in the early 1980s, this game really doesn't look all that primitive.
Yeah.
That's one thing I've always liked about DOS games. Like, they always looked ahead of their time.
Yeah, this is 1984. Like, this is Atari game time. So this is looking incredible, actually, for that time around.
Atari and early 80s arcade. So, like, stuff that Sega and Bally were putting out early, like Zaxxon or Joust, or, you know, and yeah, this looks quite a bit better. So yeah, I'm with you. Yeah, it looks quite good.
Yeah, we have Fed already on stage 4, so this is the last stage he has to beat. Ooh.
That walrus just sniping Dave right there.
Fed, I think, got it. Yeah, he got it. That's the goal.
Nice job in New Zealand. GG to Fed on the first game. I'm also convinced that walrus is the exact same walrus from Little Mermaid because it's the worst thing in the game. Therefore,
Yeah.
it's just being on brand at this point. Gonna bring Dave to the end of stage 3. He's on his way to France.
Yep. Yeah. This time it's France.
Fed loading up to Pizza Worm. That is quite the title screen. Let me tell you. That's
Pizza Worm.
That is completely warping for anyone who was eating school lunches at the time. I would have not wanted to see that.
It has like a little bit of a status as a meme game lately. But it's essentially what's the name? Not Pong. Snake. But it's extreme Snake because your snake gets so long so quickly. It's actually absurd.
So 130 points. Okay.
Yeah. You collect points by running over pizza with your worm.
Well, of course, that's how I get my points. Just over a pizza. And that background, I love it. It's just.
Oh, I think Fed accidentally did 2-player mode there for a little bit.
Oh, so yeah, we gotta scoop it up there.
Yeah,
right,
so when the worm dies, it also explodes in a pile of blood for some reason.
Uh-huh. So it looks like the idea is that you can also go omnidirectional rather than just up, down, left, right.
Yeah.
So it's. I almost wonder what this would be like to play on like a trackball, like something with the head just has like.
Yeah, the if you play it with cursor keys, it's very finicky. Like when I played it, I only had to like slightly tap the cursor keys to correct myself. And yeah, as you can see on Fed's screen, he's already doing the waving, which is something you have to do to get more points. Because like if you just go
for one of the next, plus like you're only rough.
Yeah.
Just 67 and then just bopped.
There's a little bit of RNG here in like how big the pizzas are that you get, because the big pizzas give more points, so of course you want them.
Yeah, that large one there just did, I think it was like 11 points, and most of these smaller ones are around like 5 or 6 or whatever.
Yeah.
So you definitely want to go for the big one. That one was 12. So yeah, those are. I can see where this would make an interesting race game then, just because of all the RNG. Speaking of which, David and Josh also both moving on to Pizza Worms. So.
Yep. And I don't think there's any ways to manipulate what kind of pizza spawns. I first thought like maybe I have to be faster to collect them to get bigger ones, but that's definitely not the case.
Ooh, nice lucky one there. Got a small, intermediate, big.
He's getting there. Ooh.
But, close call.
Now he has to weave. Because he has no more space here. Oh!
Ugly. They have not already finished. It's 10 games, and every player has only finished the first game.
Yeah.
This one definitely has make it or break it potential, because you can just lose a ton of time on attempts. Like, granted, it's not quite as bad as losing, like, I don't know, 15 minutes on a basketball game, but for the person who takes 20 attempts to do this is definitely going to be further behind than the person that takes like 4 attempts to do this.
Absolutely.
Sure. But you're just going to keep. Oh, that's unfortunate.
It's one of those games where you kind of have to have like a knack for these kind of games to be good at them. Or you have played them a ton of times, which comes in hand, I guess, in a way.
And even this one's a bit tougher just because of all the omnidirectional movement. Like, you can't just move in 3 directions like you normally would.
Yeah, you have to really keep you cool.
David's got 127. He's got one more to collect. 133. That'll be his chance to move on. He pulls into the lead, moving on to game 3, which is going to be the appropriately titled Dangerous Dave, where the goal is to beat stage 4.
Wow, Dave just knocks it out of the park. Insta win there. Yeah, Dangerous Dave is a precursor to the Keen games. It's made by the same guy, John Romero.
That
And
means it's gonna be right up David TKI's alley. Then is what you're saying.
yeah, he might have actually played this before even. The demo's currently playing, and like it doesn't yet have the smooth scrolling that Keen had. That was one of the big technological like advancement that they did for Keen, because that was kind of unthinkable on a DOS computer back in the day, that it can actually scroll the screen. But the base game is essentially kind of Keen. It controls better than Keen though.
I read kind of Keen as a pun, so anyway. Looks like Fed got his 131 points, so he'll be moving on as well.
Yeah, very nicely done. Oh, Josh made
only 9 more to go. I always liked these like little DOS anomalies. Like, yeah, you have this cool platformer that has completely unrecognizable characters, but they're still really good. And plus, I respect the single screen scrolling type of titles, as long as it's designed for it. We don't need to talk about like, oh, I don't know, DOS Ghosts and Goblins or anything like that.
Yeah,
that's an abomination. But for something like Dangerous Dave, where it's clearly designed to be like that, like that's perfectly fine.
Yeah. The goal in this game is basically you only have to get the chalice, and that opens the door, and then you can get to the door.
We have acquired gun. Ah, David eats a death. Starts to level 3.
Yeah, the jump is a little bit it controls perfectly. You can move perfectly in the air, but like if any of your body touches one of those vines, you'll die.
Yeah, and apparently the spider enemy has his own gun, so that's also a threat.
Yeah. The safe way is to like stay back and just spam your own gun, since you have infinite ammo, to just destroy that spider enemy before you move on. But it of course costs more time. But yeah, down there you get the jetpack, which you can use to get to the door, and it's in a way kind of like a tutorial for, hey, there's a jetpack. And here the chalice is in the top left. I don't think you can get there without going to the right first and acquiring the jetpack. It kind of baits you a little bit and thinking, hey, maybe you can jump over those fire pits there, but no, you cannot.
And unfortunately, Josh, on our previous game for Pizza Worm, he took a death at 111 points. So
oh no!
Really close, but
that's rough.
Unfortunately, not close enough. I'm also noticing this this purple orb. It seems like it changes cycles, or at least it looked like it did. I thought it was going around a small cycle and then a big cycle and then a big cycle again. And...
Definitely, the shooting doesn't sync up with its circles, so it can't just shoot at any time. It almost seems.
Yeah.
Alright, here, David has
nice
a jetpack. Oh! There, it shot 2 times in a row, almost.
Yeah, that was dirty. That orb headed out for him.
Okay, he got the...
Just gotta go through the door now.
Yeah, and for that he gotta pass that thing once again, which makes this level kinda hard. Oh no!
Oh, the dirt.
Oh, and that was his last life too, so it's back to stage 1.
Oh, that's so cruel.
Yeah.
You can't. This game has no continues. You have to go all the way back to the beginning.
Yeah.
That's absurd.
And that was the last stage he had to beat for the goal too, so
yeah,
he was so close.
Knowing David TKI, I can only imagine how hard his eyes rolled when that happened. When he got shot, like that's a heartbreaker for sure.
Seems like Fed has problems activating the jetpack that he picked up. He has to. I'm not sure. It's like up maybe or pressing jump again. I kind of forgot.
He's gonna jump there until he figures it out.
Oh, one more pizza. There we go. He beat it.
Nice job, Josh. He'll get to move on to Dangerous Dave from here.
Yeah, Fed's still kind of. He doesn't want to risk to jump into the fire. I don't know if he realized that there we go. He did it.
Nice. In the
That's
meantime,
all
David has already made his way back to level 3. He's
Yeah.
a bit more well versed. He also knows how to activate the jetpack on demand. So
Yeah, he instated it. He definitely played this game before.
I mean, it has his name in it, so of course he did.
That's true.
That's how video games work. This orb is some nonsense for sure. Like that dude is the real final boss of this goal.
It has such
That's
a
a good
weird
goal.
path too. Like there we go. Fed's trying to go the direct route. That won't work, unfortunately.
Jetpack acquired. Oh, he crashed into the stars. What happened there?
I think he keeps it though, so that might actually be faster than.
So that's a
going
speed
back.
strat. Okay, yeah, there you go. So that's a death warp. Good talk, Ref. And you can also like, that's actually kind of dirty. You can use a jetpack on a descent from a jump. Yeah, do not let this orb touch you. That would be bad. We don't want that again.
Oh, I think the pattern for the shooting is just whenever the last shot hits a wall, it will shoot again.
Cruising alone. Jetpack seems busted. Like it just gives you free movement in the air.
You only have so much though. If you look in the bottom, the bar, if that runs out, your jetpack is done.
Yeah. So having that, I guess, is a nice thing to have, but at the same time, like it's basically Rush Jet, just with a
Mega Man 3 Rush Jet, basically.
Right, exactly, yeah. So now Dave's gonna move on to Rogue.
Yeah.
The goal is to make it level 4.
Rogue, as you can imagine. Go ahead. Sorry.
I was gonna ask. So this is actually what I was gonna ask about the notes. The note for Rogue lists (parentheses) press F1 for lists of commands (end parentheses). You mind explaining that?
Yes. So Rogue is. You might have heard of something called roguelikes, and this is the game that this is from.
Nice.
Basically, you are an adventurer and you go into a dungeon, and it's very primitive, with all drawn with letters and numbers instead of like using actual graphics. So everything is kind of in the command line here. And since these games can be a little bit complicated, there's a built-in help screen when you press F1, so that tells you exactly what you can do. As you can see it on Davy's screen, he pressed F1, and that's the list of commands here. And there's quite a few.
Yeah, there's a lot to do here, clearly.
Like the game,
to remember.
The game gives you a lot of freedom, and it's all randomly generated each time you start the game. If you die, you die. There's no respawning. You have to just start from the start with a fresh character and make your own adventure.
Let's go.
For this goal, you don't really need all that much. If you're lucky, you can basically just find the floor, the stairs to the next floor immediately. As you can see on his screen, he is that little smiley face. And as you go into doors, you explore, and also your vision is based on where you are. That's one of the first games that did this.
So it's almost like just a text-based adventure, or at least like it turns into that until like you're done doing like the Atari style adventure.
Yeah, it's essentially the next step up from text-based adventure in a way. There we go.
Games evolve. It's allowed.
And he got lucky. He beat the goal immediately because the stairs were all in the base room there.
That's a good seed, kids. Yeah, he must be happy about that for that unfortunate loss of Continue in Dangerous Dave.
Yeah, I wanted to include this game, but I didn't want to make the like it's hard to find a goal that is like because the RNG in this game is so incredibly big. Like if you set the goal a little bit too high, it becomes kind of unbeatable unless you really know what you're doing, and that's not something you can really do in a blind race.
So they'll move David TK on to Game 5, Tyrion. Goal is to beat the first stage on the easy difficulty. So why easy as opposed to default?
Easy just... This game is a shmup, but we can see it right now. I think he's capturing the wrong screen, unfortunately. Thanks for the raid, Whitehead.
Yes, indeed. Thank you.
I think... I'm not sure why it's capturing automatically the wrong screen. I can tell him. Not sure if he sees it though. It's a really cool game. It almost has a little bit of an Amiga feeling in terms of graphics, and it has a really good soundtrack. The cool thing about this shmup is that you get to buy parts for your ship. Oh, there we go. Nice. Thank you for fixing that, David. So yeah, he's in the upgrade ship menu right now, and you can buy all sorts of modules for your ship, like weapons. You can upgrade your ship, shield and armor, and you even can buy even the options you buy in this. There's also energy, so you have to like support all your systems with energy, so you have to have a big enough generator. There's all sorts of warp levels in this game too, if you go the right route, so a little bit like Star Fox almost. But yeah,
this is pretty, very, very colorful too.
Yeah, this game is just super cool.
I can dig it. Very, very much in the arcade vein.
Yeah, and it's for a shmup, it's relatively forgiving because you do not actually die in one hit. You take shield damage first.
Yeah, that's very uncommon for shmups. Yeah.
So if anyone wants to route this game, I'm not sure if there's actual runs of this. Probably. But yeah,
I'd wager there probably are.
Probably, yeah. From what I've seen, the common strategy is to upgrade shields first, because that just gives you so much more survivability that you can tank through most of the stuff. And the shield also recharges really quickly, so if you don't take damage for a little bit, you're just good as new. And yeah, then options are always a good option.
How does that work? Don't answer that question. I believe so. Is the working? Here's the question: Is the actual title for this game Tyrion 2000, or is it just Tyrion? Was Tyrion 2000 like a spiritual successor Tyrion or something? Or, because there's definitely Tyrion 2000 leaderboards that make the game look exactly the same. I guess it depends on the release period, but yeah, those runs are quite long, but I can't be convinced it's the same game yet. Those runs are about an hour in length, not more. Just means this game probably has a ton of content to it.
Yeah.
That's okay.
This might be Tyrion 2000. I'm not sure if that's the actual title. I only ever knew it as Tyrion.
Looks like we got Fed still. Unfortunate. Fed still working on Dangerous Dave. Took a bath in the fire pit there. He's on the last stage and still needs to be able to obtain the jetpack into the chalice. And as we saw earlier, the jetpack was somewhat of his gate. And then we've got Josh already starting on Rogue.
Yeah, let's see if he gets lucky. By the way, if you want to play Tyrion, it's currently free on GOG. So you can just get it and download and play.
There you go. Start giving away GOG keys. Oh wait, it's already free.
All right, first boss for David here.
That's definitely a shmup boss.
Yeah.
It has impractical wings in multiple places. Yeah, very much a shmup boss.
The one problem is it does that thing where it just runs at you and kills you.
Yeah, just wants to get up in your ish. Yeah, it's like I wonder what your nostrils look like. Oh, cool, I'm dead. Neat.
Yeah, and that's one of the punishing things in this game. In that, like, if you die, you restart the whole level. So that's the reason why I only picked one level. So yeah, he's taking a look at those.
That's also really mean.
Yeah. Technically, you can use the money you made in the level to upgrade your ship and kind of grind away, but David did a smart thing here by restarting and just trying out different configurations with the starting money he's getting to maybe get a better like ship together here. And yeah, it seems like the weapon he chose is definitely a lot more powerful than what he has before. It seems like Fed is... Oh no, he's on level 2, never mind, I thought he was on level 4. Had to reset.
Well, he was. He unfortunately, I guess, losses continue, so had to start back over. Now, there's, I think for someone who is having some difficulty with the platforming, stage 4 is definitely going to offer some hurdles.
Yeah,
you got the fire, you got the jetpack problem. Yeah.
Yeah, the first 3 levels are kind of like tutorial levels in a way, and the 4th one has like a very steep difficulty spike.
It's a test of everything you've learned up to that point.
Yes.
Usually the idea behind, like, once you get to that midpoint of the game. Totally tracks.
So yeah, I did the exactly same thing as David did when he first fought that boss, which is just be in the bottom of the screen and then get killed by the boss when he comes at you. Because the game kind of puts you in a sense of safety by having like this shield and stuff, and like, oh, I'll be fine. I can take a hit or two, and then it's just instant death.
So kind of mesmerized by this game. It's so colorful. Like,
yeah,
I can tell the animation's getting a bit laggy once you get to a point where there's more background than enemy. But
yeah, it's a little bit weird
with that time period or anything.
Yeah, I wonder if you can ramp up the emulation speed to avoid that.
Perhaps, but then how does it affect the speed run? Does that count as overclocking? So
yeah,
things like that.
That's one of the main issues with DOS game runs, especially the earlier ones, because they are not frame rate independent. So the faster you do the circles, the faster the game will essentially run.
Yeah. Yeah, the game's trying to keep up with itself. Similarly with load times from other games, and I guess that applies to DOS as well. Like,
yeah,
for PlayStation games, you can like overclock the speed on the PlayStation 2, and
yeah. Though I think for PC games, they already for a long time they already excluded load times. I think since that always depended kind of on the PC.
Sure.
But at least the game always ran the same the same speed on each PC. But the older games, they just flat out did, okay, you have a faster PC, so the game is double speed for you. Okay, let's see if we can avoid getting crushed this time. Oh! Nice. Oh, there's a retaliation
that was
machine
rude.
gun.
That was very rude. Here it comes again. That attack is something.
But, oh, Oh, it still comes forward. So we gotta be
Nice.
careful. This game thinks he's in Dodonpachi. There we
I
go.
thought all games were Dodonpachi.
Yeah. GG to David.
Yeah, nice job, game 5. Moving on to game 6, David's going to be playing Wacky Wheels. And I'll re-explain the rules. The settings for your race have to be amateur class, 6 lap, fast 12 HP, regular races, and a bronze wheel race. And then you have to finish 3rd or better in total standings after a final race.
Yes.
As Shem explained, for anyone who's played Super Mario Kart, it's 100cc. So, ooh, this Apogee logo screen. That spin. That is the most mid-90s DOS thing I've seen this week.
Yeah, this game essentially is just a flat-out clone of Super Mario Kart.
I can tell that from the sprites. Like I'm pretty sure I saw Toad just drive through there. white and red lumpy hat and all. Oh yeah, even the way the characters are hunched over their carts. That's exactly Mario Kart.
They copied what's the mode in Super Nintendo that background?
Mode 7.
Mode 7, exactly.
Yeah.
They just copied that and copied Mario Kart essentially. So yeah, you can choose.
We have our own characters: the pelican and the tiger and the shark and the panda. And this does look charming, though. I'm definitely all for that.
It seems pretty. As far as a racing game goes, this is actually pretty fun.
This is so formulaic. I'm already like pleased as punch. I get to look at this. This is great. The frame rate's not quite there, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Are there item pickups here?
Yes, there are items that you can get.
Yeah. They straight up plagiarize the formula. Good for them. Not getting caught. Oh, you get the spin mode and then he jump. Of course, that's also SMK.
Yeah.
Every jump boost is the twirl, like using the feather. Whee.
But does Mario Kart have sharks? Because like having sharks is definitely better than having no sharks.
Clearly, this is the superior game. We know this. Like sharks over apes and turtles any day.
You got a bomb. I don't know what that does. Probably explode, but really try.
Use it. Yeah, we don't have Toad here. We have Frog. There you go.
Nope.
Thank you. Thank you, Base Dumple. Oof. That turnover into the dirt has happened a few times.
Yeah.
This does look a bit stiff to control, but oh man, I was wondering if that devil holding the last lap sign was gonna be there the entire time. Like, that's so distracting. Good driving, keep it up. This is so charming. Josh has moved on to Tyrion, and now we've got Fed working his way through Rogue. Glad to see he was able to get out of Dangerous Dave hell.
Yeah.
And oh yeah, this is also Mario Kart. Driving across like extremely shallow waters with deep end indicators. Oh yeah, this is festive.
I love the submarine sounds when he goes underwater.
Up, periscope up. Yeah, if the frame rate for this were a little bit better, I'd probably be playing it right now. That's like my only like detractor here. I mean, it's fun to play. It's just like
it's like when you play it yourself, it's not actually that distracting, to be honest.
Okay. So yeah, it's just how it looks. But hey, if it plays well, that's a lot of DOS, to be honest. I didn't. Growing up, I didn't play. The few DOS games I played didn't involve a lot of movement. I was like a Incredible Machine, Carmen Sandiego kind of player, and those don't really have a ton of movement. It's just like, look at this screen and do this thing and move this thing and write this thing down and make this guess. And yeah, not a lot of mobility.
Thankfully, like the difficult level makes this, even if you mess up a few times, like it should be pretty trivial to get first every time.
So the difficulty levels are based on, I guess, the metal color. So like bronze is easiest compared to like, I guess, silver and gold. So like 150cc.
There was something like that, yeah. The bronze thing is, I think, the course, like kind of like mushroom course and flower course.
Okay, so amateur class then.
Yeah.
I guess that's the difficulty. There we go. There we go. Okay. That
Oh,
makes more sense.
This course is just a giant square. Oh, that's the ghost course equivalent, I guess.
Yeah, except with no cliffs on the side, no holes to fall in. It's just wood. So this is Ghost House, but significantly easier because you can't actually kill yourself.
Yeah.
And that part's great. Like this, you don't have. I can't imagine you have like barriers on the side that you can break through and just plummet. Still, Shark putting in this work. I gotta wonder what this would have been like to play on a keyboard.
Oh yeah, they are playing on keyboard.
Yeah.
You can always set up joystick, of course, but in races like these, usually nobody's gonna
go through
the hassle.
In any game where I've learned over time that in any game where keyboard is a natural option, like you pretty much always take it if you're going for speed.
Yeah,
there's too much accuracy to it.
Yeah, and all of these 3 players are DOS veterans, so they're always gonna prefer keyboard anyways. Like David, I think, played even Likeness on keyboard, which is insane, but he is pretty good at the game, so who am I to judge?
David does play a lot of DOS. This is known. This is the known.
Let's see. I think Fed died and broke. Probably got some bad RNG. There's like the little bee, of course, is a bat. And to fight in that game, you just run into stuff. And depending on your stats, you beat it or you die.
Ew. Don't say that.
Yeah, Josh this time. Josh this time has like a little kind of protectionist orb around himself. Not quite an option. Went for a spreader gun this time around. It's nice spread, but doesn't seem as powerful as the gun that David had.
I probably wouldn't be saying this as of the month of DOScember, but the middle shot looks like candy canes.
Yeah.
I'm afraid to admit that.
100%.
What are you doing to my poor shots?
All right.
Seeing quite a bit more of the map here from Fed. Fed is
he's exploring. He already found the stairs. I think he doesn't recognize that the symbol is stairs. You can look up what all of the items are in the help menu, and you have to press a special button to go up the stairs or down the stairs, I guess. So he's probably just exploring all of the dungeon too. If you've never played a game like Rogue, you might be a little bit like confused at the start, but it's like Rogue is actually not that hard to get into. It's very addicting. The whole like you start from this beginning with a whole new character kind of deal. It's just a great concept, and it proves to be addicting to this day.
Yeah, I'd say every roguelike is like one of the most popular genres right now, and it owes everything to this game. That said, the presentation is a bit archaic for those that may not have grown up with it, but
yeah, but there's still games that do exactly that, like with really archaic graphics like this, that come out to this day.
Yeah, I remember the last one I played was probably Faith. Faith had something similar going with this, but the Faith was not a roguelike. It was just a horror-based RPG, but it had really old-looking context, just like this. And that's okay. Oh, I see the items coming out now in this race. Looks like he's throwing coconuts or something. I can't quite tell what those are.
Okay.
I believe this is also the last race, so that finishes David up. You are too good. What a wonderfully wholesome thing to say at the end of a game.
Yeah, Feda, so basically just press F1 and look for the walk up downstairs buttons.
Nice.
And here we go. Here is Warcraft.
So, for those who have never experienced Warcraft prior to World of Warcraft, Warcraft was an RTS franchise.
Nope.
It's economics. It's worker placement. You set up your stuff, you build all your stuff, and then you go kill stuff with your stuff. It's pretty simple. Those that have ever played something like Age of Empires or the OG StarCraft, you know what you're getting with Warcraft. So the goal for Warcraft for David and the future for now and for the future players is going to be beating Human Mission 1 on any game speed. Look at these visuals, though.
The game had quite a different tone than like what you can see of World of Warcraft nowadays. It was more like hard fantasy. I guess World of Warcraft still is, but like the art style is completely different.
Yeah, it's not quite as colorful. It's a lot more toned down. I think by the time they got to Warcraft 3 is where the lines started to blur. One of my roommates in college actually played Warcraft 3. That was pre-World of Warcraft, and
yeah,
the art style was a lot more reminiscent of what happened later in World of Warcraft, but the gameplay was more akin to what we're going to see here.
Yeah, this is very basic, but since David also did a bit of like Dune 2, like he's used to archaic games, he's already using the hotkeys instead of clicking. In this game, there's no like, let's say, quality of life things, so you have to do a lot of things yourself. It's a little bit better than Dune, since this came out after Dune, so it has a few improvements over those controls. But I think that the goal here is to mine a certain amount of resources, and the curveball here is that the mines do not actually, the one mine that starts next to your town center doesn't actually have enough gold. So you have to find a second mine that's hidden somewhere on the map here. And at the same time you have to watch out and not get your guys killed by orcs that are attacking, because they are much stronger than your units. So a 1v1 will actually, you will lose that.
Oh no. Don't let that happen. These animations are just so good. The arm swinging back and forth is just timeless. I love that kind of stuff.
As said in the in the game goals, any game speed is allowed. So these old RTS actually had an option where you can switch the game speed to faster, because as you can see, like, everything is moving very, very slow. There is a advantage or disadvantage with that, of course. The faster you make the game speed, the faster you have to issue orders when something happens. So if you get attacked and you have it on fast game speed, you're dead before you can react. But yeah, Fed, I'm not sure what happened. He restarted the game just now. I think he still is a little bit confused with the stair mechanics.
We got our house.
Oh, he got it actually. There we go.
Oh wow.
All he has to do is find the other stairs now. So yeah, there are two resources in Warcraft, wood and gold. Wood is pretty readily available everywhere because there's like just forests everywhere that you can mine from, but gold is only available from those little rocks there, the gold mines.
So what are you using gold to buy?
Everything essentially. You need wood and gold for most things. Mostly gold though, to build more structures, but also to recruit units in those structures. And these farms are essentially your limiter. The more farms you have, the more units you can have. So you have to steadily build more farms to get more units. And one way to weaken your opponent is to kill their supply depots, essentially. So that will cripple him, so they can't just remake units. They have to first rebuild their whole farm industry. And they kept this mechanic pretty much until they didn't make RTSs anymore. They had this still in Warcraft 3, they had this still in StarCraft 2. Like, for example, the pylon in StarCraft is the StarCraft version of a farm.
Well, it blows my mind that RTS is just like more or less a dead genre. Like how they kind of thing anymore.
I think
they were so crucial for such a specific period of time.
They were the ruler for a period of time, I'd say. Even like mid-90s, RTS were absolutely one of the top genres there. And then StarCraft 2 came out. StarCraft 2 was very big for a little bit, I'd say, like
I'd say it's still big in certain parts of the world, if not worldwide, but StarCraft 1 definitely was.
StarCraft 1 is now again bigger than StarCraft 2, funnily enough. At least in Korea.
They're the best at that game, so.
Yeah. They kind of stopped playing StarCraft 2 and went back to StarCraft 1.
Yeah, just had more fun with it, I guess. Totally tracks. Sometimes the old mechanics just that hit from the cactus on wheels. That was brutal. And that's a restart of the race. Oh my goodness.
Oh god, I didn't even know that.
I didn't know you could. So imagine in Mario Kart taking a death. The cactus just flung him at the camera.
I've never seen this actually.
Moses. Yeah, that was wild for sure. Yeah, I remember, I believe the first RTS I ever played, I never played any of the Warcraft titles, but I definitely played Age of Empires in high school.
Yeah, that
game
was
really cool.
Really excellent game. And I think one of the main factors for RTS dying were the emergence of MOBAs, in a way.
I can definitely get down with that, yeah. MOBAs are free and much more accessible, and anybody can have access to them. You don't have to have discs to run them, etc., etc., etc. So.
Yeah.
I mean, discs are irrelevant now. Like, you can run any of these games on flash memory, but point is, like, the fact that it's free and accessible from literally anywhere, like, way, way different. But yeah, to me, it's just how they evolved in a lot of ways.
It's a streamlined, much simpler version of an RTS, even though MOBAs, like, by themselves are also very complex and hard to master.
Correct.
But yeah, like there's a interesting discussion always with RTS, and also between like the original StarCraft and StarCraft in the mechanics that were forced back in the days because of computational limitations. For example, StarCraft 1 had a limit in how many units you are allowed to select at the same time, and that was 12. So you could only ever select 12 units. And that actually helped balance StarCraft inherently, because if you were able to select unlimited units in StarCraft 1, Zerg would be by far the best race. There's no like even discussion about it. But because these limits exist, it makes it for a lot of people, and they realize it now, in retrospect, that actually makes it a lot more interesting, because there's like a comeback mechanic built in a way, because it's so micro intensive that the bigger your army is, the more you actually have to do to wield it. While in StarCraft 2, the bigger your army is, the better you are, because you just have to attack move, essentially. Like, you can still micro, of course, but like in a way, you're not dragged down by your army size or by the amount of bases you have. And there we go. David just found the second gold mine he needs.
I personally always have supported limitations like that, especially for like competitive play. Like, there have to be some kind of regulations, like letting insert tidbit here, let them just like run amok and go wherever means, like, you know, something's going to invariably be just like way too good, as you mentioned Zerg being a perfect example. So
yeah, and it, for me personally, I love watching StarCraft, competitive StarCraft, and I enjoy StarCraft 1 just much more, because it's so much like, it's the depth of the game is just incredible. And it hasn't been changed in 20 years. There was no like balance update or anything. It just works. Which is another thing that kind of like led to the, at least according to some people, led to the death of StarCraft 2, is that they balanced the game to make it more fair for everybody, but in doing so, they kind of removed all of the fun stuff. Like, there is some OP and silly things in StarCraft when it came out. But like, people love those, and people tuned into those because they wanted to see like the big plays, but like, those don't exist anymore. And unfortunately, David is getting murdered by this one orc, and his peasants do not know how to fight.
Gotta train him.
Yeah.
Work.
He's trying to kite that one orc away from his base. He needs gold to buy more units that can fight. But getting gold in this case involves getting over to that gold mine and getting back to his town hall. That's the reason why I only had one mission, because this first mission is actually quite hard for someone who has never played an RTS, especially. But even if you played one like David, then it's still...
We've got Josh creeping up on David with
oh yeah,
getting into Warcraft already, but Fed's working his way back from Tyrion. Quite the comeback from Josh. He was a game behind leading into Game 3, but now he's caught all the way back up to Game 8.
Yeah. And as you can see, he switched to fastest game mode. So he sped up his game speed. You can immediately see the difference in how fast his stuff moves.
Yeah, that's quite the learn. It'll probably pay off too, unless there's some kind of downside to going this fast.
So the secret of this mission is to know where that gold mine is immediately. And because I don't think you actually get attacked that much if you don't go out on the map too much. So you can use your starting units to survive most of the time. There will be, I think, 1 or 2 orcs attacking you, but you can beat the mission before that becomes a problem. I don't think you even need a barracks to buy more units, but I'm not sure. See ya, happy camper.
Thanks for hanging out. Yeah, this fast movement speed is Honestly, part of me really hopes it's a big difference maker. Might be
Yeah.
much ahead because he's embraced the technical bump.
I think David now also switched to fastest game mode. He should be able to beat this mission now, I think. I don't actually know what was the exact limit on the first mission.
Any game speed allowed, just had to beat the
No,
mission.
for the game's the like what the game tells you have to do. I think it's collect a certain amount of gold, but I'm not actually sure how much. Let me check here. Oh. Yeah, I think you have to build just 6 farms.
Your command, your bidding. Yes, my lord.
Here goes the distance then. There's the gold mine.
Also, it seems that Josh has mastered the art of marquee selecting, like multiple units at the same time. I think you have to hold right click or something. I don't think it works on left click, but I'm not 100% sure.
Seems to be paying off.
Yeah, it was
just all kinds of formation.
Especially against the orcs, because the orcs are 1v1 stronger than you. Being able to attack them with more units at the same time is the way to.
Any choice but to gang up on them.
Yeah. Like as you can see, he's sending. Josh is sending one guy. He will probably lose. Oh no, maybe not, because that orc is foolishly attacking the peasant instead.
So now he gets to flank from behind with his knight.
Yeah, that was actually very good
Like a
for
chess
Josh
move.
here.
Work complete. What?
There we go. There's another mine there that I think he just found Josh
Yes, my
on the edge of the map there. I'm not sure if he fully saw it.
Yes, my lord.
Oh, he did. Okay.
Heck yeah.
Work complete.
There we go. David beat the mission.
Way to go, David. That'll move on to Lemmings 2, which actually... Did that go in reverse order? Because I had Lemmings 2 at Game 7 and Warcraft at Game 8. Was that supposed to be the other way around? 'Cause this is the first time I've seen Lemmings 2.
That might have been my
Possible.
fault in ordering the games and then the launcher.
Well, as long as they all play in the same order, it really doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So nobody's getting ahead or anything. So this being actual game 8, Lemmings 2, the goal is to beat the first 3 beach levels. I've actually never seen Lemmings in a PC environment, so I'm curious to see how this looks. I only ever played the SNES version, and I was really bad at it. So
I was never good at Lemmings. Lemmings 2 is essentially just a improved version of Lemmings 1 with a lot more like abilities and funny things you can do.
I mean, you had me at funny, so...
Yeah, so instead of like digging through walls, you have a flamethrower to burn through walls. You have like a hook to like, instead of like doing stairs, which is really nice. Yeah, this first stage is just like a basic are you familiar with Lemmings kind of stage. I don't think you can actually die.
Have you played this franchise before? The tutorial level?
Yeah. They burned through the tree with a flamethrower down there. I think he has to probably dig down here. And I think the one on the left, he can either use the flamethrower or he can use the grappling hook to create stairs.
There's so many lemmings.
Yeah, and this stage
quantity is so high.
I think you have to rescue every single lemming in this one, but I don't think any can really die. Oop. Even if they fall from too high, they just get knocked out for a little bit.
Seeing all the utility you get down there with your different lemmings, I'm guessing that means that's how many lemmings you need in order to be able to utilize it.
Exactly.
Yeah. I need 13 lemmings to be able to run.
Oh no, that's I think it's the amount of uses you have left on the abilities.
Oh, sure. That's stage 1 for Dave.
Yep.
Looks to be. Just gotta beat 2 more. And are you supposed to return back to the menu?
I'm not
it shows he's already completed
sure.
one.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that was, to be honest. But I didn't get to be on the second stage.
It's entirely possible it could be a save quit strat. That wouldn't surprise me at all for a DOS game, if that got to be intact. Thing to expect. It has menu, therefore it has menu abuse.
Yeah, it seems like you're playing it again. It might have been like a unfortunate like exit or something. Yeah, and it seems like Josh has no problem with Warcraft, definitely familiar with the game. I'm not sure if you read the mission description on having to build 6 farms, though.
Yeah, we're gonna go do it with a sword and a shield and a helmet.
Yeah,
he's like anybody would build a...
Like a good human, he murdered every orc on the map already, so he's safe.
Yeah.
I think he thinks that he has to kill every single enemy, which is a very usual common thing you have to do in RTS games. But in this case, you only have to buy to build a certain amount of farms.
For gameplay reasons, I can definitely respect it because it prevents the least amount of disruption to your actual goal. Just get the problems out of the way and then go do your thing.
I'm not sure.
It does take a decent amount of time, though, I'd wager.
I'm not sure what you have to do to beat... Did he rescue every... You have to rescue every lemming, but I'm pretty sure he did that, right?
For the first stage, I don't know if that's...
Yeah, there's like the number that it says there, like 60, that's the amount of lemmings you have to actually save.
Yeah, I see it now.
But I'm not... I don't think he killed any.
That flamethrower graphic is something, that's for sure.
Yeah, and the number next to it is the amount of lemmings he already rescued. So that one is going up as they go into the sand castle there.
Yeah, I guess the pants are how many that have been rescued. So 40, numbers going up. Mash the fast forward button. Feel that takes the timer down though, but I guess if you're going you're doing RTA, that's all you need.
Yeah, now you should be able to just press next level.
So maybe he did do it again. I thought just going back to the menu was an S&Q strat, but I guess not. There you go. Well, you're still taking back to the menu.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why it's doing that.
Yeah, this is a little strange. Went to load, gave him nothing. It looks to be the same goal, so I don't know. Maybe there's a technical loop going on of some kind.
Yeah, I think I just let him skip this then. If there's a...
You're gonna keep doing that to everybody, that could be an issue. Let's see if there might be like a race room open to see if
Yeah, he already
turning off
asked.
some of the issues. Yeah.
I don't know why it just flat out. Do we have to press like left mouse click or right mouse click?
I do not have an answer for that, but we'll see what
Like
Josh
even
says
if he
about
presses
this.
save or load, it goes back to the main menu as if that's.
Mhm. And now we've got Josh. Josh also moving to Lemmings too. Makes me wonder if what he ends up doing is going to look any different. I don't know. That's strange. Like this, they had to have been practicing this prior to today, so this couldn't have been a problem overall. I would wager, but I didn't watch them practice, so I honestly.
Oh no, they
don't have
didn't.
an
They
answer
never
for that.
saw this game before.
Oh, okay, okay. Hmm.
Yeah, he's moving on to the next game. Let's see if if Josh has the same problem, and I will. And here we have Mice Man. I had a lot of difficulty with this game when I was trying to beat it. The goal is to get all of your mice to the other side of the screen, and to do that you have to you see that like you have to take one of those columns and just move it up or down. And if there is a path for your mouse to go, it will go forward. All the mice that can go will go. You can also block your opponent's little columns by putting your own mice in there. If you have more than them in a column, they cannot use it, I think.
So very much a puzzle game.
Yeah.
The goal for the race is to beat the easy CPU.
Yes.
Just complete the easy difficulty. I can see where this would be kind of daunting. But personally, that could also just be me. I'm not particularly great at games that push this kind of gameplay, so I'd look at it and just be like, I don't have that kind of direction. So, props to those who do.
Yeah, it takes a little bit to like figure out what exactly you have to do strategy-wise. So I hope they can get a fast read on that.
For sure.
Like, do you want to stage your mice first, or do you want to just get as many forward as you can? Okay, it seems like Josh has forgot about some lemmings in his corner there.
Uh-oh.
He's like fast forward.
15 more to complete it.
Yeah, there's probably somewhere on the map. There's probably a few lemmings still caught in somewhere. Oh, he just activated the self-destruct.
Fortunate, I had to replay that now. That was a passable effort. Must try harder. Seems kind of mean, but hey.
It also goes back to the main menu for him, which is weird.
Got him working already. Here's what could have happened that could have caused him to miss out on the last 15. Hopefully he's not looking to repeat that mistake. Fed, we've got working through some wacky wheels and the panda character. Fully support that.
Yeah.
Looks like he's got 45 of them already then now. Okay, looks like he figured it out. So he's going to be able to wrap it up there. There's the 60.
Let's see if this sends him back to the menu.
Yep. I assume he'll get the same treatment. Just get to move on to Mice Men.
Yeah, I just tell him that they just beat stage 1 again.
So unfortunate it had to come down to that, but
Yeah,
issues happen. I'm
not
just
sure
glad all
why
the
that
players get the
just,
benefit from it.
I did test play every goal, and I'm not sure why that suddenly doesn't work anymore. It should be the genuine version of this game. Maybe I did do it on the shareware?
It is perplexing indeed.
Yeah, that's always the the danger with these blind marathons. Like, you can't really give people the games to test.
Yeah. Much is for sure.
It looks like David does have a decent position here with his mice. He's blocking the other player from moving forward considerably. But it seems overall the CPU seems to be a little bit further than him here. They're a little bit in a deadlock here almost. That move actually helped David more than it helped the CPU.
I gotta imagine for a puzzle game like this, some of these moves they make are, I mean, they have to be able to be manipulated, right? Like as soon as they,
Yeah.
I mean, they can't think for themselves. So once they see the programming has put things in this place, they have to do this.
Yeah.
They don't get to make decisions. They just do whatever happens, and yeah. So.
It would be interesting to know what the AI actually considers to be a good move. Oh, there we go. That was a really good move by David here. 3 mice gaining a lot of ground, and the rest of the map on the right is actually open. He just has to like watch out for those Congo line of mice in the red there on the bottom to not open the dam there. Oh, that's
Damn.
nice. Yeah. They're going far there. He can rescue a ton of mice next turn. Meanwhile, the CPU doesn't really know what to do. He's just moving stuff up and down without making any progress. And here's David saving.
Bad gets to move on to Lemmings 2. Maybe able to catch up to the other two before too long. Especially with this only being one stage now. We'll see if he can get it first try.
Yeah. We have 6-0 here. I think the best bet for David is here to like rescue everything as much as he can without giving the CPU like a chance to really move forward all that much. And it seems to be like he's in a really good spot here because all of the red mice are blocked by a lot. And now it's only those 4 mice left. It will come down to being able to like weave these out without giving the computer a good chance here, and that's a good start here because the bottom of these 4, they're not actually like you can just move this up without being in danger of. And there we go. There's another mouse kind of free here. Oh, but there we have a little bit of a move forward, but it's not too bad. It's just 2 mice. He closes this hole quickly. The CPU is using his moves to free the mouse mice on the left, which is advantageous for David.
What are they gonna do?
He's gotta be careful to, like, if he moves the next one up still where his 3 mice are, that column, that will give the computer a little bit of a break here.
They just gained another one with that.
Yeah, but this is a good move. He frees another one, and now he only has 2 mice that are still on his side.
Looks like 3.
Yeah, the computer
yeah.
might save... Oh, the computer actually did a terrible move. He could have saved those 3 in one move, I think.
So you can move either up or down, right?
Yeah,
Like a full
yeah.
column. Yeah,
Yes.
So.
There we go, he saves 2. But I think if David just brute forces from here, he should just win. Because the computer his mice are in a much worse spot, like he has to still save a lot more.
Yeah, one more move up there will be able to free at least one.
Yeah, and then that one on the right is almost free already. So David only really has one more mouse that is caught here. And the other mice are kinda...
The little drop-off animation's cute. Here you go, getting in the hole.
yeah, off the whole map there.
10-6. Dave only has the 2 left. I guess the idea from here is save that one. He's getting some good manip to have them move around to his specifications. That's useful.
Yeah, so he kind of has to leave that one through, but that move actually was good for Davis, and then now he's almost there. Just move that left mouse up and not down. Nice. And that should be a win for David here. Next move, all he has to do is move down.
Or for the last one, he's just got to move him up, and then it's all set. Be able to complete it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
The computer just make its move. Thinking. Just all in caps. I just thought that was cute.
I wonder what the difficulty setting actually does in this game.
Good question.
There we go. Well done.
I'm gonna move Dave on to our last game, which will be the famed Hexen. And it has to beat stage 1.
Stage 1. It's a sizable level. But it should be pretty easy still. You might want to start the setup first, though. Oop, I might have to.
It looks like Fed actually is going in the order that that was on the list you sent me. It looks like he did Worms 2 before Warcraft.
Ah, okay. That's all good.
But at this point, yeah, that definitely doesn't change much.
So, yeah, it seems like David has played this before. He definitely knows where to go. Oh no, he didn't even start yet. That was just a demo, which is smart to watch because you see where to go, kinda.
Definite Doom vibes here from Hexen.
Yeah, it's ID Software, same engine essentially. A little bit improved, of course. But this was the big era. Yeah, this was the big era of the simple FPS.
First person. Had your Wolfensteins and
yeah.
This is my kind of game. Run around punching orcs with a metal hand. Like, let's go. Get your stuff. 2-headed orcs, no less. Those are like boss enemies, and you're just wiping them out stage 1.
It is super satisfying. You have 2 characters to... no, 3 characters to choose from. You have like a wizard.
There was the fighter, the wizard. What was the other one?
I think a rogue. Could be wrong though.
I missed it as well, but David definitely chose the fighter. Because what else would be punching? Wizards don't punch. They point their staff at things.
You gotta be careful with those walls. They are they are devilish. Actually, if you move forward while the wall rotates, you will die. These controls are not accurate. I'm gonna tell.
Gross.
Yeah, David's going with default mappings here. The game has a weird control scheme. Like, it's already a mixture of between mouse and keyboard, but like the arrow keys still turn you in the default, and you have to hold a mouse button down to strafe, which is for a modern FPS player kind of weird, of course. Ooh, gotta be careful here. Yeah, the best strategy here is to just completely ignore those walls. You didn't even need to activate them. They're just essentially traps. Even though it looks there's something behind them. I actually don't know if there's a secret behind them. There might be, but like, I don't think you need it. I think I did the wrong order in the actual launcher, so that's my bad. So I won't be mad at anyone who plays.
It's not a huge deal. Like, they're playing all the games, and it hasn't really affected.
Yeah,
one hasn't affected how the other game goes. Like, it's not like Lemmings 2 affects Warcraft and vice versa. You know.
Yeah, the total time is the same, I guess.
It's pretty much just for viewership, and they've all caught up. So
yeah,
huge deal.
So the trick here is to punch the glass, which the like demo scene on the beginning kind of shows you already. Yeah, you need the emerald key, which is behind one of those glasses. Like, there's like a hallway that you go down. But that was my main difficulty on these older FPS games, that sometimes they were very cryptic and very, how do you say, like, maze-like.
Oh yeah, they weren't out to hold your hand at all, that's for sure. They were there as a test. Into the chamber. I don't want to know. Actually, I do and don't want to know what's in that cage that's just swinging there. That giant red object. It's a little bit of a premonition there. Pew pew. Oh no, set off the trap. There's a bunch of them. That's a hex for sure.
Yeah.
Oof,
Seems
lots of
like
damage.
Josh has a little bit of trouble too in mice, man. The computer only has 2 mice left. But Josh is actually like in not the worst spot, considering like there's a lot of mice that can just be moving forward here.
Yeah, and the computer doesn't really have too many great moves here. Like they moved one all the way from the bottom to the top. So
Yeah.
actually, well, no, that's actually a really good move for them because if they move that down, yeah, maybe. So drop that off. Oh, that was actually incorrect. I'm pretty sure on the computer's part.
Yeah.
So we got that
I
one
think
out
so
too.
too. So I think the main problem that David is having is that he's used to Doom, where you run around along. You can hear it right now, where he runs around the wall and presses use, because there was no shoot to activate in Doom. So the concept of like punching a wall doesn't really apply in Doom at all. So it's like a case where like playing the one game kind of like screws it up for the other game.
Yeah. Can't play it like one. Gotta play it like it once. Let's see. Oh no. I still remember seeing. So I never played Hexen, but I remember getting advertised in magazines quite a bit around that time because that artwork is iconic. The title screen, like I remember seeing.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Quite a few instances.
Punch.
Big
punch.
helmeted figure. Make way down to the next hall. Does seem pretty intricate. Like this was definitely something to learn, but they haven't played these games before today. Therefore, puzzling.
Yeah, these spinning walls, they're actually like a trap in a way that like you think that's the way you have to go because you can't say it anywhere else.
Blink, blink, the purple walls. Starting to remind me of Portal. Oh, I got to another room. Here's a new puzzle. Go figure it out. Punchy, punchy. He's still making his way to fix some of these items as predicted. The thing I don't get is like if you trigger one trap, it triggers them all. Like, how do the rest of them spin when only one of them is supposed to spin? Looks like he's starting over too. Maybe yeah, that's the artwork I was referring to.
That's incredible artwork. He's watching the demo scene, I think now. And there you go. Now he knows. He's probably like, oh no.
Yeah. According to Shema, who explained it, whereas David didn't see it. And that's okay. It's okay he didn't see it. But now he knows. We're going to see if this will allow him to finish up the event. Trotting forward, collecting some more flechettes. I'm guessing that's how that's pronounced. I honestly have no clue. I'm just doing my best here. Punch you in the ribs. Yeah.
There you go.
Heck yeah. Yeah, dude's been waiting for it the whole time. Punch him in the face, too. He's not supposed to like it. Like 5 stairs at the same door opening. Wild. This is DOS gaming now.
Yeah, this was like really cool. It is still really cool, to be honest. Like just this like
Ooh.
elaborate.
The green bottles are a weapon.
Yeah.
I like how he's just walking through whatever's left of the stained glass. Like, get this out of my way. This is amazing. Open the door.
So you can, I think the key is somewhere there. There you go. He got the key. He knows already. Oh, he got crushed. That's the thing about these doors. That was a trap. He has to like the doors are like a crusher now, so he has to time his way through there, which is kind of cool that they actually have like a purpose here, right?
Yeah. Yeah, you just gotta as soon as the door's open, you just gotta hoof it, I guess. Yeah, go. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's a classic. You're not out of the woods yet kind of move. I respect that.
And he already saw the green door, so he knows exactly where it is.
Ta-da! Now he knows what awaits him. He's got 2 orcs chasing him. Out of bottles. Resort to punching. So good. Snag all your stuff.
So yeah, he's making his way to that courtyard now, where there's a big bell tower. It's dangerous outside though, with these gargoyles or whatever they are.
Those things look awful. Like awful to put up with.
Yeah.
It's like a pterodactyl on fire.
Especially as a melee fighter. But you got them all, nice. So yeah, now you gotta find your way inside of the tower. There's a door. I think you need a key for a door now. Yeah.
he threw a hand at that orc and he just didn't even pay attention. Like enemy eyesight in this game is could use some work, but maybe it wasn't supposed to be that great. Maybe the idea is like they're like T-Rexes. Don't let them see you.
There we go, more crushing.
Yep, this time it's in sequence. Yeah, watch it. And it's different speeds too.
I didn't kill him though. He had a health potion too, and he just used that.
Still alive, that's for sure. Inside the thing, get your flask, get your vial. Those are some
All the way
tiny
to the
corridors, those stairs. The bell.
And the bell has been rang.
And that's the game.
And now he can go to the flame that is in the main hall.
Still has to accomplish that. Okay, yeah, you ring the bell, then you go back to the fire. I missed that part.
There you go. And that's...
Run.
GG.
GG to David. Congrats on winning Mini DOScathalon 2024.
Yeah, good job.
And no real, not too many hangups I saw. I remember he had a death in Tyrion, and then of course there was the whole Lemmings 2 fiasco.
Yeah.
But for everything else seemed like it was pretty clean. He didn't have as good of an Arctic adventure time as Fed, but he more than made up with that in Pizza Worm, where I think it took him maybe 2 attempts to get the finish. And then in Dangerous Dave, he did have that unfortunate death in Stage 4 that caused him to have to continue, but I think he still had less trouble than... He certainly had less trouble than Fed, and Josh was fairly far behind after Pizza Worm leading up to that, so...
Yeah, I think every
Great
mistake he
race.
made, everybody pretty much made, including me.
Like I was doing it in real time and I messed up too.
Josh, I think, had to restart his Mice Man, but ooh, that move was costly there.
Someone out there thinking that RGL has $10,000 which to award as a prize.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with no.
I did nothing against it, but
I look at it this way: if this had a 10 grand prize, we would have had a lot more than 3 players.
yeah,
Put it that way. Significantly more.
that's kind of the self-fulfilling prophecy in a way. The more money you have, the more people participate, and the more money you get.
I got Josh still seems to be having a heck of a time with Mice Man. He's on another run where he's almost down to 1 left on the other side, which will cause a reset. That completes. Yeah, it doesn't take much from here. But maybe there's a play. Maybe there's a play in place. I was gonna get 5 out this way. That's a pretty big deal. That'll catch up in a big way. And the others are all near the end. Maybe there's a method to this madness.
There's
There we go.
still 2 mice here. Yeah, 1 turn 2. That's gonna be not sure if there's enough turns there. Maybe if the computer screws up, but technically the computer only needs 2 turns to finish here. Or 1 turn, I guess. Yeah.
Yep, that'll do it. Yeah, I saw what Josh was going for there, but it was just way too far behind by that point. Not meant to be.
Yeah, unfortunately, like, it's a little bit RNG in how the game constellation is and how fast you grasp how like the game mechanics work in a way. Like, not the game mechanics because they're pretty simple, but like what you have to do as a overall strategy, because it can seem kind of RNG-ish at first. Like, nothing you do matters. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely don't see it as RNG. It's more, it's definitely manipulation. But I have a feeling there's probably like a fixed route you can do, unless the starting position isn't always the same. Is there any confirmation of that? Like, the pieces always start at the same place?
No, it's always random.
Okay, so that's the RNG. Okay.
Yeah, you always there's definitely like strategies where you can probably win every time. But I think like the RNG and how the starting constellation is kind of affects your perceivement on like how fast you can learn that strategy.
Yeah, in that case, it's going to be like, what's that free Windows game? Free Cell, the solitaire adjacent, where like you could actually win everything, but every single scenario was winnable, but you had to know the movement which to do it.
Yeah.
That's probably a plot like that. Pull them down. Up goes. Anyway, hope y'all are appreciating and enjoying DOScember. Got plenty more on the way.
Yeah, we also
the weekend.
We have coming up David, the person who just won the mini DOScathalon with 2 games. Oh no, wait. Oh no, this is David. Never mind. I looked at the wrong thing. We have Joe and Mac incoming. And then we have a special treat, especially for me, since I love this game. It's Master of Orion 2. Or just Master of Orion. Was it 2?
And for that he's gonna be doing an impossible difficulty showcase, which I'm legit curious what kind of content's gonna be involved in that for a 3-hour estimate.
Oh yeah, Master of Orion. And that game is, if you have ever played that game, you know you're in for a treat, because like seeing this game played on impossible, like I as a kid I couldn't even imagine, because I had trouble like getting anywhere on easy.
Master of Orion looks to have been developed by a PC dev that I was very familiar with at the time, that being Microprose.
Yeah.
Microprose was all over the place. I was most familiar with them with this is gonna either gonna have me revoke my nerd card or get another punch on it. I played a lot of the DOS released Magic the Gathering for PC from early '90s, and that was devved by Microprose. In fact, I still have a playable copy on the PC I use today. It's sitting on my desktop right now. Had a couple of expansions, and yeah, it was Microprose. They did some good work when it came to like their interfaces and their presentation, for sure.
I always loved Microprose. One of my most favorite games, even though it's seen as a little bit as a black sheep in the series, is XCOM 3 Apocalypse. I just love that game.
I love how XCOM is still one of those franchises that just still gets a lot of talk today. Like, a lot of people still play XCOM. They're more recent titles than anything, but they have their start. It's not like everyone has been playing like World of Warcraft for the past 20 years, you know, which is effectively the same game.
Yeah, and as it so happens, we have an XCOM speedrun coming up tomorrow.
From Happy Camper, who will also be doing a run of Dune 2.
Yep. If you want to see how old RTSs can be beaten fast, tune into that. It's actually a really cool run, the Dune 2 run. Dune 2 is was always, but it's probably one of my absolute favorite games. It's definitely my favorite RTS. Even though it's clunky, but it still has a special place in my heart.
That mentality goes a long way. Nothing wrong with that. Okay, so something up. Oh, you silly. I'm more enamored with this this mice play here. Curious, he's
Yeah, it seems
a
like
little further along in Josh's run, but
the big advantage is that like there's one mouse still on the far right of the screen.
a little bit behind in terms of numbers. Josh is
Yeah.
but he's got so much more going on the right side, so
If you can just get like a few moves that save multiple mice.
yeah, that's gonna be the only way he's gonna pull it off here for sure. Kind of took a hit there.
Oh, that was. Oh, this is not bad. What the CPU just did, and that gives him a free mouse. The first one behind mouse, even. So I think he's in a good spot here with just free mouse. This mice still on the right side by the computer. There's not much room for Brett to do much here without giving the blue mice like a freebie.
Mm.
And there you go, there's another free mouse.
Nice, nice. Working the way forward.
And additionally, like you gotta be careful to not let every mouse go free here.
Only got, well, it's 5 left, but 3 of them are all the way on the right. They've got quite a bit of work to do.
Yeah. And he's catching up fast now. It's like 2 easy mice to free. Yep.
Yeah.
That one. Now he's only 2 mice behind in terms of how many are freed, but
His positioning's a lot better.
yeah.
A lot more to work with.
Yeah, red has to go through so much still.
It
Might
works out in their favor.
be better to just brute force free as many mice as possible, yeah.
Yeah.
There you go, only 1 mouse behind.
They're working their way all the way across. Like, you don't have to worry about
Yeah.
stuff going on the left now at this point.
Yeah, this should be...
I think if you move
Yeah, this
1
up.
second from the right down. Oh,
He
no,
got
you
it
can't do
now.
that.
He got it now.
Yeah, only 1 move left. And that'll take care of it. I think. Actually, well, hang on. No, that's good. That's good. There's 2 ends. Now he's down to 11. Yeah. They get the next move. Yeah, that'll finish it up.
Good job.
That'll finish up Miceman for Josh. He'll get to move on to the last game, Hexen. See if he figures out the stained glass strat first, or how fast he figures it out.
Again, Fed, I think, had a same as Josh assumes that you have to kill every enemy on the map. Which is, again, an easy mistake to make in these kind of games, because that's usually the goal. But you only have to build 6 farms. He has a lot of gold and lumber, so he can just do that technically. There you go. Let's see if Josh is either familiar with the game or watches the demo scene.
Wait for it. Wait for it. Game tells you how to beat it. Game tells you how to beat the goal, rather. I'll be more specific.
Yeah, Let's see. It doesn't seem like he saw the glass breaking in the demo. Or maybe? There you go. Punch that glass. Ooh, he got stuck in it. That happened to me too once. Oh yeah, cleric and mage, that are the three. Using the cleric text, you need a lot more hits on those enemies. I don't even know, like, I think there's some spells you can use with the classes. I do believe the wizard's default attack is ranged, but it's pretty weak. But I'm not 100% sure. Oh, watch out. Yeah, it seems like Fed is slowly but surely getting to those 6 farms. Just one more farm here. All he has to do is build one more farm. Like, it's something about Hexen is really satisfying. Like, the way you kill enemies, it just feels so good. Oh, did he see that switch on the wall? There it is. Nice. And there's the emerald key. I'm not sure if he knows where the door is. David beforehand. Oh, he might get crushed here. Gotta be careful. David before already explored the courtyard, so he knew that the door was there. There we go, nice. Fed has beat Warcraft, and I think is also now on to Hexen. Or is he still on Miceman? Oh, he's still on Miceman, okay.
Ah, you see that Josh has found a mace. At least I think that's what that is.
Yeah. It's not quite as good as fists. Somehow.
Is he playing? Yeah, that is kind of strange. Is he just playing a different character?
Yeah.
I definitely missed the character select. Okay. So
he's
yeah.
he's playing as the cleric, and the other, like, that's I thought it was a rogue, but it's a cleric, and the other character is indeed a mage.
I'm guessing the cleric's upside is that it can heal itself.
Yeah, I think there's some spells, but I'm not too sure how to use them. I played this as a kid, but I always picked warriors, so I never bothered with the others. I think the mage has a ranged attack as its default, which is kind of nice, but it's so weak compared to the fists.
Totally fair.
Right, he's activated the moon buttons and now has to kill a bunch of more goons with 2 heads.
Not the two-headed goons. Those are the worst types of goons.
Thankfully they also have maces, so they don't hurt much. Alright, he found the clock tower. The only thing he needs now is the silver key. And where might that be?
It could be anywhere.
No.
We'll never know. Actually, we probably will know. Just good time.
Alright, all I gotta do is explore a little bit here.
Just a wee bit. You can do it, I believe.
No secret entrance, unfortunately. You gotta find the key. I wonder if the ranged attack, if you throw a while at the top, if you can actually activate it that way, if that would be a speed threat. Oh yeah, he cleverly like looked around before picking up that key. He smelled the trap.
Like, we're not having this today. Good on ya.
And gets through the crushers, no problem. And now it's time to ascend. This is a kind of really cool first level where you have to ring the bell. It has this like heavy metal music video kind of vibe. Alright, now.
The bell.
Which is also kind of cryptic in the way, like, what are you supposed to do? And you rang the bell and you're kind of like, huh, what did that do? And that's for me is the biggest downside of these older games. And like, you press a switch and you hear something and you don't know what it did.
Go find it now.
Alright, he's getting through, he's getting to the flame, and that's it. GG.
GG indeed.
Greetings, mortal. Are you ready to die?
Is he ready to die?
GG to Josh. Hit the flame. Should do it. See Fed working their way through Mice Men. I don't know if it was their first attempt or not. But...
I think so, yeah. Let's see. Don't think they have sound on their stream, so I will just play a little bit of music.
Da, 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 da. Oh, snap.
Alright. Still have a little bit of time left here, so we can see if all three runners can finish the marathon. Oh, not the, yeah, the marathon, I guess it is. Or a race, rather. Marathon race.
Yeah. Good luck to Fed in finishing the last two.
Yeah, Mice Men, I had trouble with this game. I had like 3 tries to finally beat it. I wonder if that game has a leaderboard. It would be kind of interesting to see.
You're referring to Mice Men?
Yeah.
It does not. I actually checked.
Oh, okay.
Back. There's nada for that, I'm afraid.
Oh, here's some free world records if anyone's up for it.
Yeah. Get on that, people. Maybe David can submit his time today after that reset.
Oh yeah. Although he's on with 2 games first, but then he's gonna beat all the records.
No.
I think that he's in a little bit of trouble in this one. It seems like the trick is to really get your mice over as fast as possible. I mean, that seems kind of obvious, but like instead of like rescuing a single one, I think you should always prefer the group move if you can. Like if you can move more than one. At least at the start.
Definitely get behind that.
Alright, it's a pretty good one. But yeah, these 4 mice that build like this wall is kind of a problem. He is in the lead right now, but his overall situation is worse compared to the CPU.
Off goes.
Although those 4 mice kind of seems to have the computer in a somewhat of a loop here.
Those animations are kind of freaky, not gonna lie. Like the face, like munching cheese. I guess that's what the idea is, that they're trying to work their way through cheese.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Instead of eating it, they're
yeah.
just walking over it.
And understand.
Let's see if you can get this one. I don't really know what I would do here. Yeah, getting the
Big blockade there in the middle.
yeah. But if you can bunch up your mice, kinda, that seems to be a good strategy. Yeah, unfortunately his lead is gonna be gone the next turn. Yeah, this one up is a good move. Computer gonna equalize here. And then, yeah, this is troublesome.
No problem. Yeah, there's like a wall there in the middle. In the red.
Yeah. That was making it tough. The computer seems to be focusing to rescue everything that's beyond that wall. Yeah, this seems to be, unfortunately, almost unsolvable situation here. Unless you can somehow block these four, but I'm not sure how.
I don't know how you can do it and also advance your own game plan. That's the challenging part for sure.
Like maybe screw up the pathways on your side, but you can't do that because you have no mice there anymore, so you can't even move those. If you push this up, the mouse is gonna be free. So there's the first problem, yeah. Push this down, you get 3 mice over. But the second mouse from the top is gonna get to the left. There's not really a good option here, to be honest. I'd probably push the right one down, but I don't think that will be enough.
Yeah, that's gonna pitfall on there. Yeah, that is what I went with, but it'll advance that one, which helps. So I guess they can move if they're allowed to move that one there that's blocking them. It might help, but
yeah,
that's a big if. Find out. Move up. Oh, got to move down there.
Yeah.
The thing I find interesting is that the moves you can actually make are limited. Like you can't just
Yeah, it would
go
be
to any column and just have at it, you know.
You look at this hallway there in front of his 3 mice and you think, yeah, all he has to do is push that one block in front of him down, but he can't do that. He can only move the columns that his mice are standing on.
Right. They need 2 moves to get through that, so
Yeah, like you start to like see the patterns once you play this a little bit, in like, how can I get another mouse in that position where I can move the column basically.
correct.
But yeah, I don't think he gets around moving all of those columns up essentially. What he can do is maybe look for a corridor for his other mice. Like right now, he cannot move this down, but he can maybe move his left mice up instead. Since the other 2 mice are kind of no longer in that position. I'm not sure if that helps so much what he just did. Like he can free those now, but huh? Maybe. Definitely not the biggest concern right now, those on the right. Computer's gonna prompt himself for the last 2. But yeah, here he gets 1 mouse pass here, which is very good. He can put the second mouse pass there now. I think if he puts the second mouse on top of the same row, he might be able to block the CPU from using that column. Oh no, he can still use it because I don't know exactly how it works.
So they got that one up there to the top, I see. And I guess they're gonna do that the next turn with the other one on the left. Interesting.
Yeah. This will be close here. I'd rather
Be a good
still
little piece of business.
Yeah, I still focus on either the one that's on top of the 2 right now or the very left one. He has to get them past the other 2, but or he focuses on blocking those 2 in as long as possible while rescuing his other few mice. That might actually be better, to be honest. Yeah, he's torn here. What to do?
Get in there.
He could just wait and rescue the other ones. That's probably the best move because that way he stalls. And as long as these 2 are still in the middle of the map, if he takes his time to rescue 3 of those, he might be able to inch out a victory here. Because all the computer can do is do this, for example, which rescues one of his mice. And now,
Yeah. They
if
can't
he
advance
moves,
their own gameplay without helping him.
yeah, if he moves his left mouse up, for example, he has a clear shot at victory here. Because the computer has to move his one down to free them, and that will free his last mouse that's still in contention, and that I think will be less moves for him than it takes the CPU to win. This is close though. This is a really cool game. I like this game. It's
Going places, that's for sure.
Computer's moving down and his mouse is freed. Yeah, he won this. Nice. Very well done. There's nothing the computer can do now. He doesn't have enough moves. He only needs two moves here. The right one up and then the left one up, and that's game. Or, yeah, the order actually doesn't matter. He can move both of them up. Oh no, what he's... Well, yeah, it doesn't even matter. He took one extra move. But it doesn't matter in the end. He won this one, well done.
Nice job. It'll leave only Hexen for Fed.
Yep.
You gained them up to this point. Sure.
Blue wins. Manny.
A lot of reference to this in one comment.
Here we go, Hexen. Violence, blood, gore.
Blood and gore, what are they thinking?
Hey, yeah. Let's see if he watches
Pick the
demo
fighter,
here.
good choice.
No, that's still the demo. Let's see if he watches it. Yeah, there's no key mappings in the game. That was not a thing. You can, however, like this is a lie probably, but like you can go into the setup by ending the game and remapping your buttons. Let's see if he picks the mage. That would be interesting. It's the only character we haven't seen yet. Oh, he's going with the warrior. The warrior. Yeah, punching fools. That's a cool thing about old games. You don't even have to know like the backstory and all that crap. You're given fists and they're monsters. Punch them. End of story.
I mean, why do you think I play the games I do?
Yeah, exactly.
This is a simple concept. Let's go do this.
Are you a bad enough dude? Yep. Here we go.
That's one I'm not good at, ironically enough, but I respect it for sure.
He has a door. I'm not sure if he found the use key yet. That would be space. Space.
Final frontier.
There we go. Doors open. He's probably gonna get maced in the back. Oh, he found the trap doors. Be very careful here. But he is punching everything, so he really knows about shattering glass. So he's eventually gonna find the hallway there. Not
The glass. Send for the man.
an enemy out behind this one. Not quite this one. And there we go, there's the hallway.
This is so satisfying just watching him punch this freaking glass.
Yeah.
So good.
Let's
go. Yeah, punch that orc.
Nice.
His club ain't squat. You know what you're doing.
And here's the emerald key. Let's see if he remembers the door with the Greek keyhole. Ooh, almost got crushed, but makes it through no problem. I think he remembers the door. He's heading right to the courtyard. Yeah, very good sense of orientation too.
Green door.
Here he has to activate that button. And the other one. Where's another one? No, there's another one on top, yeah. Confusing key system the monsters built there. And that opens this door, and he's already onto the clock tower part. Well, not really clocked, it's just a bell without a clock. Not sure what. Yeah, it's. Oop, he got them. Nice. They came down at the end. Alright. Now, only gotta find the silver key.
Punch them kneecaps.
Oh, he already found the cave without even seeing the silver key door. Picks it up. Don't get crushed now, would be a shame. And onto the door that he skipped? No. There we go. That is probably the fastest Texan we saw tonight.
Probably. Makes you wonder if he had the, if Fed had the other two streams up as sniping.
No, I don't think so.
I wasn't being serious, but yeah.
And now he has to go
Ding,
back
ding,
to
ding.
the flame.
Ring the bell, ref. It's over.
Alright, all he has to do is go back to the main room where he spawned.
Go, 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 go.
Yeah, that's why I wrote this in the goal actually, to go back to the main room, because this is just confusing. really
Like, I
forgot
don't want
about
to tell
that.
you how to play the game, but I don't want you to get stuck either. Therefore,
Yeah.
totally get that.
Like, the only indication you have when you play this without any help is like you don't have anywhere else to go, so you might as well go back to the beginning.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is where the he's almost there.
Gonna get there.
There it is. No, don't kill. No!
Oh, that's not good. Yeah, that's a rough
Oh no! Just feet from the flame.
beat. Yeah. Damn.
That's rough.
Damn, damn, damn. the pause screen of fate.
Oh, he actually.
I wouldn't.
He put him a higher difficulty now. He wants more things to punch.
Just revenge.
He's already speedrunning.
Yeah.
Ignore everything. Get to the goal, yeah. It's a little bit scary though. He's getting beaten up a little bit. He got the key. Ooh, 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 ooh. Ooh. There's a little bit of health there. But man, now all those monsters didn't come back. There's still some health behind of some of those glass vials, so you can still get.
Punchy, punchy.
Here we go. Gotta be careful here, always move since there's ranged enemies.
Careful with them ranged enemies. Punchy, punchy, punchy.
Of the cool thing is, I also love this in Doom that all the enemy projectiles hurt the enemies, and they sometimes flat out fight each other. I always love it in games in general when the enemy
Get him
fights.
to throw down.
Yeah.
The world ended all.
Alright, he got the key. All he has to do is get to the top, ring the bell, and go back to modifier. There's some health in there if you need some more. Alright, you can just jump out of the window, nice, and make a beeline.
Go, 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 go. Yeah, it's just like you said, it's a speed run at this point. Gotta be.
Yeah. Speedruns of these games are really cool in general.
I don't doubt it.
There's the flame. Get it? Nice.
Oh, you got some crazy movement. There you go. GG.
Mortal. Greetings, mortal. Are you ready to die?
Love it.
GG.
Heck yeah.
I'm not sure if... Yeah, he... Okay. Very well done, everybody finished. Below the estimate of 3 hours that I had.
They did good.
Yeah. Thanks to all the runner for joining. I hope the list was nice.
It was a good time for sure. I really liked the variety in the games. I think you did a great job there for sure.
Thank you. And thank you for joining me on commentary.
Thank you for having me.
Fun.
I had a great time.
I will put it on intermission as soon as I grab that intermission because I forgot about grabbing that intermission. And then
I thought we just left those in the archives.
and then
Not so much.
next up is the winner of this race, David, with Joe and Mac, and followed by Master of Orion. So stay tuned. We got a lot more
good content.
Yep.
Y'all stick around and enjoy yourselves, okay?
Goodbye.